What is up? What is up? My bad, I meant to turn the AC on. Still in the Philippines, baby. It's almost time to go back home. God, that went so fast, man. Check it out without a doubt, man. Hey, Katt Williams. Shout out to Katt Williams, man. Katt Williams is telling it like it is. Katt Williams is the person that lets you know that he actually done this thing on his own, the way it's supposed to be. He done it like step by step grind, did his own thing. These people that he's talking about all played the game some kind of way. You know, some of them played it more legal and honest as others, you know. But anyway, before we get into this, I want to show this, man. Bless her heart. This Mary J. Blige joint right here. Look. She went and sat down. She tied in the mud. Mary J. Blige out of breath. This joint say, Mary J. Blige out of breath on stage. Is this the sign she should retire? Fans are worried. That's crazy, man. She look, she walked. She's who? That don't look like, if to me, y'all, if that was part of the if that was part of the show, it should have been a seat back there. She's sitting on the crossbar of the scaffolding. That's the scaffolding, y'all. What artist sits on the scaffolding stuff? Hey, man, I'm trying to let y'all know, when you out there doing them tours and them shows, you got to stay in shape, man. All that dancing and moving around throughout, you got to dance throughout the whole song. I'm telling y'all right now, man, if Uncle Mike hit the dance floor, I can't make it through a whole song dancing. I can't even do it no more. So you gotta stay in shape. So when I get back, I gotta put myself in shape, man. Katt Williams confirmed the list, baby. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. I missed my echo, so I gotta go home. Let's check it out.
You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And, you know, and it got so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago.
I'm going to tell you who I believe is on the tapes. I believe Barack Obama got a tape.
Yeah, he's been high to high level.
I know Jennifer Lopez has multiple tapes. Oof. I know Beyonce got a tape. I definitely know they probably recycled some old Stevie J and Eve stuff. I know Drake got a tape. I know Rihanna got a tape. I know Chris Brown's on one of them tapes. I know Trey Songz has been like a supporting actor in many Freakoff films. Definitely Usher. I think what would shock people are the politicians. And the royals that were on that tape.
This dumbass lawyer said he probably got it at Costco. Costco hit right back. We don't even sell baby oil.
Yeah, that's right.
We be having a real conversation.
Costco hit right back.
About some real shit.
When Katt Williams speaks, the entertainment world tends to stop and listen. His raw honesty and sharp memory for events in Hollywood have often landed him in controversial waters. Now, a new wave of claims, lists, and resurfaced interviews is pulling his name into yet another firestorm. This time surrounding hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Social media is buzzing with talk of an alleged list of celebrities connected to Diddy's most infamous gatherings. But it is not just the names, it is the silence from some of Hollywood's biggest stars that is making the public even more curious. This story is not just about accusations. It is about patterns, behaviors, and the uncomfortable intersections between celebrity culture and hidden power. Over the years, we have seen moments where stars' private worlds collided with public scrutiny, and this feels like one of those defining moments. In this commentary, we will go deep into the names, the reactions, and the background that has led us to this viral moment, like the sudden drop of an unexpected album. An alleged list of celebrities connected to Diddy's private gatherings has exploded online. The names are jaw-dropping. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Usher, and Megan Fox, to name a few. It is the kind of lineup that...
Damn, yo, you know what? My bad. Every time he said a name, I'm like, damn, I forgot about him. Damn, I forgot about him too. Damn, I forgot about her. Damn, her. How can I forget about, damn, her too? Damn. Wow, I forgot about half these people, man.
Stern.
Howard Stern? Now, I ain't heard nothing about no Howard Stern. Yeah, he in there, though. He in there. He a little freaky. His movie and everything was a little over the top. His wife, I wonder if he's still with the same wife when he made that movie, before that movie and stuff. He did. Here we go. This dude, come on, man. Come on, man. This guy right here, come on, man. We already know.
The names are jaw-dropping.
Here we go.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Usher, and Megan Fox, to name a few. It is the kind of lineup that could headline any major award ceremony. But here they are being mentioned in an entirely different context.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That nigga look like he in pain. I'm sorry, y'all. That dude, hey, he look like he in pain from the membrane. Oh my God. There's no way, dude, you supposed to be a rapper. You supposed to be a cool rapper. You supposed to be, when the camera come on, you supposed... What's up, G-Unit? Hey, what's up? You supposed to be like, oh my God, my dude. Help me out the pool, man. I'm gonna soak here for a minute. Yeah, go ahead and soak in the pool, man. That's how you get it back normal before you take the egg test. Come on, man. That is so obvious. Look at this dude. Dude, I wouldn't even let somebody take me that picture if I'm marinating my behind in the pool. You marinating, cuz. That's what you doing right now.
It's the kind of lineup that could headline any major award ceremony. But here they are being mentioned in an entirely different context.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was a party favor.
What does that mean?
I was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set children?
I set children on a table.
Like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them,
Yep.
and they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the Freakoff parties, they put children on the table instead of gift bags, and then people can do what?
Take you off the table and have, even though it's against the rules to do certain things like or full health. Sometimes that's against the rules. Like for me, that was against the rules, but that didn't matter. That did not matter.
So they come choose you off the table, do whatever they want with you, and then what happens?
Then they put you back on the table.
They put you back on the table for somebody else
Back on
to
the
come
table,
choose you?
Mm-hmm.
Poor thing.
Okay.
Poor thing.
That's called a party favor effect. That's just one of the little things that go on at the Freakoff parties with children. Were there animals there?
Mm-hmm. Goats.
Did they turn the animals loose on the kids?
Yeah.
And if you got sick and threw up because it was so disgusting, what happened?
You had to eat it.
You had to eat your vomit if you threw up. That's satanic ritual. Diddy was at this party?
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington was at this party?
Yep.
Birdman was at this party?
Yes, he was.
And Young Jock?
Yep.
And you're telling me Denzel was there and it was after 1 o'clock when he supposedly left?
And beanie, socks, and a gold chain.
So you're telling me Denzel Washington was butt naked, he had a beanie on, socks on, and a gold chain, and that's it. In front of children.
Yep.
Funny. Because he sure portrays himself to be holier than thou.
Yep. So a lot of them do.
I think you also told me that one of those men have a birthmark.
Left thigh.
So one of those men have a birthmark on their left thigh.
Yep.
Did you have actions with Diddy?
Yep.
Denzel? And I know we don't tell on Denzel. You might not tell on Denzel, but your mama gonna tell on everybody. I ain't keeping no secrets.
The list is being compared to the notorious Epstein list, with people on social media speculating about how deep the connections run. What is interesting is how quickly this story caught traction, and how carefully those named have avoided commenting publicly. While no one has been officially implicated in any criminal investigation linked to Diddy's current case, the fact that these names are being circulated alongside his is enough to keep the public talking.
So stick around, because what you're about to see is straight from the inside. So people like Attorney General Pam Bondi were flaunting around the Epstein files in February of this year. You even had people like Kash Patel, who has been deeply embedded in Trump's orbit, saying that Jeffrey Epstein didn't commit suicide and that the files are indeed real. But our sources, and yes, we're deeply connected inside the White House, have a very different story to tell than the one that's being told to the public.
I am fascinated by this because Patel and Bongino were leading the conspiracy theories about Epstein's death and whether there was a client list. I never thought they would do a flip, but it sounds like they almost have, and they're on board with the notion that it was suicide and there's no list.
Well, very much so. The Department of Justice, with the sign-off of the FBI,
man,
released a statement and a memo. Axios first reported it, saying there was no client list and there was no suicide.
Now, during all of this, Diddy had been convicted on 2 counts of the Mann Act, which is transporting across state lines for the purpose of prosecution. And we got word from insiders at the White House that Donald Trump was seriously considering pardoning Diddy. Roll the clip.
This is a big deal. This is a big deal. President Trump is seriously considering pardoning Diddy. And we know this. We have sources with direct knowledge that people from the White House have been in communication with the defense team, Diddy's defense team, and that Trump is seriously considering it, and this is going to be timed to the judge's decision on whether Diddy gets bail.
This would be the ultimate smokescreen, and we've seen for weeks some very major smoke screens, but this one would have to take the cake.
And on the surface, this link kind of starts to make sense, right? 2 men, both accused in high-profile both convinced they were being unfairly targeted, and both using the media to frame themselves as victims. But then everything shifted. Diddy was denied bail. After that,
man, hey, Trump and all your people, your predictors, the prodictors, they would have been, it would have been a worldwide riot. They pissed off at Trump already. They pissed off at Trump that he got elected. A lot of people wanted him because he said that he gonna release the list, the Epstein list. Everybody talking about this list. The list on my desk, but we just gotta go over it. The lady said, all this bull. We sick of it, man. We sick of it. Now they saying it ain't no list. I kept saying over and over again, a president should not be getting involved in pardoning somebody who was found guilty on 2 counts, went through the justice system. You got to stand behind your justice system. You mean to tell me your justice system, that you the president of the United States, your justice system doesn't work well, where you got to step in and say they did it all wrong and let this man out? This the world we gonna live in? No, hell nah. Hell no, we don't want to live in this world. So now we're going to go out and riot. We're going to go out and do something. We got to do something, because this is not it for us. Not for the citizen people to go to work every day. They had to fight through the COVID and taking all these shots and stuff. We don't even know if this shit work or not. We don't know if this stuff working. Only thing I know is I think people getting sicker, slowly, dying off in us for some reason. I don't know what's happening. And you got a nerve to sit here and try to pardon this man? You ain't see the videotape, Trump?
Trump came out and said that he once got along.
You ain't see the apology tape of Diddy apologizing, Trump?
With Diddy very well, but he was leaning towards not pardoning Diddy because Diddy was, quote, very hostile to him during the time that Trump was running for office. Roll the clip.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Right.
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something, but he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great, and seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And
the stuff that he's saying right now is more of a reason why he can't give the pardon. What you're saying right now is, he was mean to me, so I mean, he was my friend, but he mean to me. All the stuff you're saying is the reason why you can't. A president can't pardon nobody because of what he's saying. Y'all don't understand that. You can't just pardon your friend. You gotta have a reason, bruh. Whatever happened to reasoning? You can't just say, well, let him out. Hell no, man. That's what y'all think? That's what y'all think, right? Keep thinking that stupid stuff, man.
And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And it's hard, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs?
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it seems like Trump isn't out of tactics to distract the public from the Epstein files quite yet.
When you think about it, a list like this is almost impossible to ignore. These are global names, each with their own legacy, their own fan base, and their own brand to protect. For them to be mentioned in the same sentence as an ongoing federal case is no small thing. It is the kind of development that publicists dread and internet commentators thrive on. And with the internet being what it is, once these names are out there, The conversations only multiplied. The mystery only deepened when fans noticed sudden activity, or rather, sudden disappearance, from the social media accounts of a few celebrities on that alleged list. Usher, who has a history of working and staying with Diddy during his early years, had his posts vanish from his X account. His explanation was that his account had been hacked. However, this happened right as an old statement of his began circulating again, where he described witnessing unusual scenes at Diddy's residence.
And with this stuff that's coming out about, celebrities, these celebrities who apparently have been deleting all of their posts on Twitter,
Man,
the platform now known as X, people that are, I guess some are say are connected to Diddy, or people that were just very, much around him, attended a lot of those parties, the infamous, what people are calling now, freakoffs. So there's three celebrities in particular. There's Usher, there's Pink, and there's Megan Fox. And with this, there is, on a couple of these things, there is a fair amount of misinformation, actually, that has been going around about this whole thing about, why all of a sudden all these celebrities, now they're all deleting their posts from on X, what have they got to hide? And it seems to have been just something that, it gets out there on X, one person posts it, it gains traction, and then so many other people roll with it. But going through this stuff here, so first off, there's Usher. So Usher, it was the other day that it came out that it was revealed that, all of a sudden there's no more posts from Usher. All of his posts, the tweets, whatever, you used to call them tweets, they're all gone. But then it was yesterday evening, Usher tweeted, account got hacked and damn y'all ran with it. And then see you tonight in Two It Domes. I guess he had a concert on that night, last night. So apparently this is the whole, my account got hacked. Sorry, but I'm going to get back to that one. But with a couple of other ones, there is some misinformation going around with that, and it has been fact checked. So, and there's a lot of these accounts that it's the same people that do this. And what it was this supposedly was breaking news that actress Megan Fox has deleted every post she created on Instagram and deleted every post on Twitter X up to 2013, leaving fans to believe it's connected to the Diddy case. Usher and Pink deleted all of their posts, X/Twitter posts earlier today. We come to find out that was fact checked, that was wrong. What happened was that Pink had quit Twitter and deleted all but 2 retweets in February 2024. And then Megan Fox didn't delete her tweets. She used it for under a week in January 2013 before quitting Twitter. And then if we go down a bit more, she already wiped her Instagram in May 2024. So let's get to the stuff with Pink. Okay, so February 2024. She's only got like 2 retweets up on her account. I know she very rarely maybe used Twitter, and she was more like an Instagram person. And some say that it's kind of like she's one of these like left-wing, anti-Trump, anti-Elon Musk, type people. So some are saying that it's actually got nothing to do with Diddy, and this is more like an anti-Elon thing, which could be the case. I'm not saying that's wrong, but that's the truth though. People are making out like this was just done. I think they're making out like Usher, Megan Fox and Pink followed Usher with deleting their posts, but that did not happen because this was back in February 2024 that she deleted her posts. Now, is it possible because the stuff with Diddy, with a lawsuit with Cassie late last year? Now, is it possible Pink, maybe being quite smart, clued up, maybe just the team or people around her, and there's stuff there's posts, backdated stuff from being around Diddy at parties and events. Did she maybe think it was best just
to get ahead
to delete all her posts altogether and just
get ahead of the game?
Stuff on there from the past was for her and Diddy.
Pink, another big name, also wiped her X account. Megan Fox went further, deleting all posts from both Instagram and X, triggering a storm of speculation online. To the public, this looked less like coincidence and more like an intentional distancing from the swirling controversy. It is not proof of anything, but in the world of celebrity news, timing is everything. And this timing has people raising eyebrows. It is important to note that in celebrity culture, digital cleanup is not uncommon when scandals emerge. Some stars do it to protect upcoming projects, others to avoid giving their critics any ammunition. But when multiple people connected to the same name start doing it within the same time frame, it naturally invites more theories. This is especially true when those involved are seasoned celebrities who understand the media cycle and the optics of their actions. Adding fuel to the fire was an old clip of Khloe Kardashian casually recounting her attendance at one of Diddy's parties. She did not seem guarded about her memory. She described catching an early morning flight to attend and noted that half the people there were butt naked. The remark was said in a joking tone, but when revisited in today's context, it is being dissected with new meaning.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far French so good. Montana. Do you even know half the people you're naming? No. She didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet. You haven't? I want to be Khloe when I grow up, Court. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked.
Khloe's description aligns with other long-standing rumors about Diddy's events, that they often began like any other high-profile Hollywood gathering, but took a sharp turn as the night wore on. The resurfacing of this interview clip has led to renewed discussions about just how many people knew, witnessed, or heard about these happenings over the years. This is where public perception becomes a powerful tool. Once an old comment like this is pulled out of the archives, it gets reframed through the lens of new allegations. It stops being a funny anecdote and starts being treated like a potential piece of a bigger puzzle. And because Khloe is part of one of the most media-savvy families in entertainment, people find it hard to believe she did not understand the weight her words could carry.
Because I'm not saying this is what happened. If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay? There's contracts for codes within that person. So they can take a remote and turn that person off. Britney Spears, when they want to. Lindsay Lohan, when they want to. Amanda Bynes, when they want to, okay? So let's say there's a contract for Justin Bieber. When P. Diddy has a hold of Justin Bieber, he now owns half of those codes. If Usher had the same contract and trafficked Bieber out to P. Diddy, okay, Usher and P. Diddy now have parts of Justin Bieber's contract. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if one goes down, the other side of the code has to go down. If there's a property linked to that person, Kevin Hart, because they had something to do with the trafficking of Bieber, then their property will go down because there's a code to that property. There's a code to everything. Your social security number is like a code. Okay? But depending on the level of MK Ultra, people have auctions for the codes on that person. So they can use a remote to them like a TV and shut them down, turn it up, use somebody else, change it whenever they feel like it. Bookmark it. Trust me. Trust me, bookmark it. Okay? I know it's probably not gonna make sense right now, but bookmark it.
MK Ultra is used, but to get MK Ultra to take hold the way it needs to be, it has to involve satanic ritual, extreme trauma, humiliation, just evil on a level you can't imagine. I don't care what you all think about Trump. I'm not sure what I think about Trump, but he is telling you the truth on a lot of things. You guys just don't understand what he's saying. When he's saying they're eating the cats and dogs, he's preparing your hearts and your minds for the fact that satanic ritual abuse is about to come into the light in a big way. Voodoo is about to come into the light in a big way. Cannibalism is about to come into the light in a big way. All of those things linked to MK Ultra.
Justin Bieber's name is another one that inevitably comes up in conversations about Diddy, mostly because of how close they were during Bieber's early career. Diddy was publicly referred to as a mentor figure, with the two spending time together at events and in private settings. Now, with Diddy facing legal trouble, Bieber's spokesperson has stressed that the singer is focusing on his personal life, especially since becoming a father, and has no intention of engaging with the accusations surrounding his former mentor. Still, silence does not always put an end to speculation. In fact, it often fuels it. And in Bieber's case, the public's curiosity is magnified by the sudden reemergence of old interviews and photos linking the two. Bieber has always been a polarizing figure, balancing between pop culture phenomenon and tabloid target. His connection to Diddy is not a secret, but in times like this, every past interaction is suddenly viewed under a magnifying glass. Fans and critics alike start connecting dots, even if those dots have no confirmed link. This is how narratives form online, and once they take hold, they can be almost impossible to reverse.
That's been saying for years, this man is having sex with underage. So now the federal government is looking at that like, yo, when is somebody going to come forward? We got this information, this alleged information, but nobody's willing to come forward. Then they go on and say, yo, Shakur Stewart mysteriously dead. Supposed to be a self-inflicted wound. Person that had everything going for him in their life. Kim Porter dead. Somebody's car gets blown up. This guy is walking around threatening other actors, people. Somebody got to get involved in it. If it ain't the state, let it be the feds. Somebody got to stop him. He lucky that God given him the opportunity to be stopped while he's alive, didn't have to go to hell and face that. He got a chance to repent now, change his life.
You mentioned minors, and a lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and they're making a lot of allegations.
Mm-hmm. Same way they made allegations about Usher when Usher was younger.
I mean, do you think that there's any credibility to these allegations?
When there's smoke, there's fire. Why would Diddy be tapping his kid in his chest to see if he wired? And asking him, are you wired? Why would he be confronting that kid? Why would Justin Bieber make a song about, what is it? I got smashed at a Diddy party or something like that? Why? There's reasons behind all this. So, where there's smoke, there's fire, Cam. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, Justin, he's been real quiet about this. I mean, I think like a lot of the other celebrities.
I was reading something, Cam, and the kids say after he went to Diddy camp, he started using drugs so heavy and was smashed every day. What would cause a kid who wanted to be an artist in the music business all of a sudden to start getting high and drinking and drugging, popping pills and smoking? What would cause a kid to do that?
I mean, usually trauma.
Or a Diddy party.
Diddy is currently facing serious charges, including racketeering and other federal allegations, and he has been denied bail twice since his September arrest. While he maintains his innocence, details from the investigation have been making headlines, from the items allegedly found during the raid to descriptions of his home by law enforcement. One officer involved in the raid even compared Diddy's lifestyle and social circles to those of Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, claiming that the gatherings had been happening for over 15 years. The officer was clear, though, not everyone who attended these events was involved in illegal acts. However, many apparently witnessed questionable behavior, particularly in the later hours of the night. This statement, while not naming names, suggests that awareness of these activities in Hollywood circles might have been more widespread than the public ever realized.
I've heard anybody else say until the federal government came in, because nobody knew, Mighty. Nobody knew before the federal government came in and hit Puff with those charges that any of this would have ever happened. You could not tell me, nobody could predict that this dude would be sitting on trial for his life. It just wasn't in the cards. And now that this thing has happened, it's made YouTube a lot of money. It's made content creators a lot of money.
Facts.
And everybody is talking about something that we started.
Facts.
Way back with Wisdom Clear, MREC, you took over and took it to a whole nother level. Everybody is using it. Everybody is saying that it's Gene Deal's fault. It's Gene Deal who did this. Cassie and a couple other people now, since the federal government got involved in it. Nobody could predict what will happen, but I'm going to tell you what I think is going to go down, brother. Because a lot of has gone, and a lot of people who wasn't at the trial or didn't hear the prosecution do what they did would think Diddy might be getting off. A lot of people think that Diddy might be getting off because they don't know the letter of the law. The prosecution, let's start with them. They did a great job. They did a great job in explaining what trafficking, the 11 charges. The 11 charges, well, it's 4 or 5 charges, but they got different, like trafficking, then paying a prostitution. Actually, they might have paying to
different levels,
transporting prostitution. They got different checkpoints, and that the juror's gonna have to go through to check off whether this guy is guilty of the things they saying. The RICO law, they have different statutes of the RICO law that the prosecution had to prove, as well as racketeering. You know what I'm saying? All this started by what I said, the character of this gentleman, the character of Puff, what he has done over the years to people.
In cases like this, law enforcement's choice of comparisons is telling. By linking Diddy's alleged activities to some of the most infamous figures in modern celebrity crime, they are setting a tone that is hard for the public to ignore. Even without direct charges against the people on the alleged list, the shadow of association can have a lasting impact on reputations. Enter Katt Williams, whose blunt interviews and unfiltered opinions have a history of making industry insiders uncomfortable. Known for pulling back the curtain on Hollywood culture, Katt has never been afraid to connect dots others avoid. While he has not directly confirmed every name on this viral list, his past comments about industry gatherings, secretive circles, and the hidden behaviors of the rich and famous have been referenced heavily in online discussions about Diddy's situation. Katt's voice adds a certain weight to the conversation, not necessarily because he holds all the proof, but because his reputation for calling out celebrities without hesitation means people believe he is speaking from personal experience. Whether you agree with his approach or not, he has once again managed to keep his name and the story trending. It is also worth noting that Katt has been in this position before, where his statements sparked debates, forced reactions from celebrities, and even aligned with later revelations. This history makes people pay closer attention when he names names or alludes to certain behaviors. In the court of public opinion, credibility is built on a mix of consistency and perceived honesty, and Katt has plenty of both.
And when I wrote it out to kill the careers of the people I was talking about, right? But it was so vicious that I erased all of the knockout blows and just left the jabs so that the comic I'm talking about knows that I know your real story. I'm gonna tell this, but you know what else I know.
What makes this entire situation so compelling is not just the allegations.
Damn, son. Hey, I'm gonna let you know that I'm being nice, letting the people know you some bull. You some bull. And I you know what, Katt, I feel you, because I do the same thing.
But the absence of answers. We live in an age where celebrity news moves fast and scandals can
This dude right here, this dude.
What makes this entire situation so compelling is not just...
I know, oh my God, yeah. I just know. We the best music. What do you do? Both of these guys. I want to know, what do you do? Both of them. Y'all don't play no instrument. Y'all don't rap. You don't sing. I mean, I guess you can dance.
It's the allegations, but the absence of answers. We live in an age where celebrity news moves fast and scandals can disappear just as quickly as they appear. Yet in this case, the combination of a viral list, old resurfaced clips, sudden social media wipes, and Katt Williams' involvement has given the story staying power. People are also drawing parallels to other major celebrity scandals, noting that when high-profile individuals are linked, even loosely, to controversial figures, there is often a pattern of public silence followed by carefully worded statements months or years later. In this instance, the public is watching closely to see who speaks up, who stays quiet, and who gets drawn further into the narrative as the case against Diddy unfolds.
In the last interview me and you did, you said that Diddy and Kim Porter were swingers, and a lot of people was wondering, yo, in the comment section, how do you know that, yo? Like, was you doing security when they was doing that or something?
Because when they were in the room and they would go in the room with another couple, right? And I've seen some things happen in the jacuzzi. Like when I'm the only one could go to the room 9 times out of 10. When Puff was the one who, you know, was in the presidential suite, I'm the only one allowed. I gotta watch the door. No one can get into that door. I'm the only one that had the pass key or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you would hear a boom, 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 a thump or whatever the situation is and stuff like that. Yo, what's up? Everything good? And sometimes they would open the door. I'm right there by the door. Sometimes you see things you don't want to see.
Hey, did they ever try to get you involved?
Not at all.
Offer you?
That's the long route, man, of saying, dude, sometimes he could have just said, let me put it real short. Sometimes stuff happens in the room, They open the door and I say, everything okay? And I see stuff. They clearly let me know that they all naked doing something all together in the same bed. Come on, man. Ain't nobody stupid. Ain't nobody stupid. But we just want to know what you see.
You,
that's all.
not at all. Puff did it one time, but that's in my book. When he was coming from Dallas, he had the snow bunnies. And I reneged on that. Nah, I'm good.
Hey, did you see any celebrities Puffy did any of that stuff with, the swinger stuff with?
Of course.
Yeah, I did.
This when Gene was first starting the interview, right? You could tell because he just answering the questions and he being real strategic about how he's answering, and also he's like kind of careful. Let him do the same interview now. He don't give a F. He don't give a F no more.
Tell me about that.
See?
I think I told you about that. One time, him and
Tell me
somebody,
on this video camera.
him, Sarah, and this young girl flew from Atlanta. And they, and flying from Atlanta, we had this artist with us. Right? And we were staying in the presidential suite at the hotel. And this particular artist and Puff, they told me, don't let nobody come in the room.
Okay.
So I said, all right, cool. So I propped my chair by the room door while they went in. So this artist's cousin knocked on the door.
Okay.
So I went to him and I let him in because I knew him. I see his face and everything. I've seen his face several times before. He said, yo, I got to speak to my cousin. And I said to him, I said, well, they busy right now, man. And they told me don't let nobody come in the room. He said, yo, I'm going in the room to get my cousin out. And I said, bruh, you ain't going in the room to get your cousin out. They told me nobody could go in the room. So he said, I don't care who you are, what you doing like that. I'm going to get my cousin. He went to go and try to open the room. I grabbed his ass, joked him up, and slammed him on the piano. And the next thing you know, Puff and this artist run out the room naked. And so then I said, I see the artist trying to grab a towel. Puff didn't give and the artist like, yo, what's wrong? What's going on? What's going on? He's like, yo, Gene, that's my cousin. And I was like, yo, my man, he was trying to get in the room and y'all told me don't let nobody else come in, let nobody come in this room. Jesus Christ gonna have to come take the Puff. No, Jesus gonna have to take the air out of my body if anybody coming in that room. And Puff just looked at the artist and the artist said, you ain't wanna come up in there? It was a lot of freaking going on.
The internet has a way of making stories like this impossible to bury. The more people try to erase their digital footprints, the more those footprints get examined. The more someone avoids addressing a rumor, the more that rumor seems to grow. This is the cycle we are seeing play out now, and it shows no sign of slowing down. The alleged list, the sudden social media activity, the resurfaced interviews and Katt Williams' sharp commentary have turned this into one of the most talked about celebrity controversies of the year. And while the truth about what really happened at Diddy's gatherings remains behind closed doors for now, one thing is certain. The court of public opinion is far from finished with this story. The question is, as more pieces of the puzzle emerge, will those names step forward to address the rumors head on, or will silence continue to be the strategy? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.
Wow, dude, it ain't no doubt in my mind, dog. You cannot tell me that there's the people that you think was straight, which is cool. You thought they were straight, and Diddy done turned them a little bit. Now, to be into this, especially Ja Rule. Ja Rule was going broke and still trying to live the lifestyle. I started looking this up when Ja Rule and his daughter was on Run's House. It was a TV show, Run's House, and I was watching every episode of Run's House. I thought that was amazing how this rich millionaire and his kids and his wife, how they lived, the richest and everything. Oh man, I thought the glamour was cool to watch. And Ja Rule was on there, and he kind of looked not broken down, but he looked like, he didn't look like stardom. And I think he got on that show to try to get back with some things. Then I started hearing through the grapevine, you start hearing things that people are doing anything. Men, thuggish men, are doing anything with other men to get that money so it can look like they still on top. Yeah. So a lot of people are selling their bodies, man, men and women, for that almighty dollar. And I think Ja Rule kind of did that, man. He running out of the room butt naked with Diddy. And we think, us real gangsters or real people think that he's a gangster and they just was in there banging off some girls. No, Diddy liked to participate with the men's side too. So we hear allegedly, yeah. I could not be a man to have a whole lot of other men putting cases on me about aura. You think about that. Put that in your daggone tea. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, baby. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.